would have been wrong.
Something else that happened during that period that a lot of people will remember is the recall of then Mayor Mike Boyle. Where did you come down on that?
I was one of the few people on the city council and city government who opposed it terribly. I thought it was a very wrong thing to do. Mike had problems, yes, I'm not going to say he didn't. But I also knew that those problems could be fixed and were going to be fixed. And I knew how much it was going to cost the city. I knew it was divisive, and I knew it was the wrong thing to do. And indeed, it proved to be the wrong thing to do.
But he was recalled.
He was recalled. And that was during, before my reelection. He had just been, he hadn't been in office but 2 years when it happened. It was just right when my election came up. And Jim Clary, who was a spokesman for the recall, now he was just a spokesman for the recall effort. Someone said, well, would you ever run? And he said, oh, never, I would never. I'm just doing this because I believe it's something that should be done. What's the first thing he did? He filed for the city council for my district. So I was running against somebody else. I was running against an attorney named Zweiback, who was a nice guy, a bright man. And all of a sudden, Clary came in the mix. Well, now you've got to understand, Clary had a name also. So, and I had a name, and Zweiback did not.
He was backing Zweiback.
No, Clary was running.
Oh, oh, I see, okay.
There were 3 of us running in the primary.
I got you.
As Zweiback and I were already declared, and then Clary declared. So, the Omaha World Herald had a lot of negative information about Zweiback. And not as a bad man, but just things that they could put out there in public, and knowing that I would be a shoo-in. Well, when Clary came in, it muddied the waters.
That changed the whole thing.
It absolutely. And so what it did was and because I couldn't campaign properly, and
because of your leg.
That's right. And Zweiback, so anyway, it turned out that it became Zweiback and Clary. Then the World Herald released all this stuff about some of Zweiback's things that were not particularly popular. They weren't illegal. Please understand, they were not illegal, but they were not, like he registered his cars in Sarpy County and he drove in Nebraska. Just that he owned some property over there, and it wasn't anything really, really bad, but it was not really, really great. And so Clary got elected. The city council, when I went, my last day of the city council, I was given flowers, I was given a plaque, the governor was here, the mayor was there. It was like a graduation. Nobody had ever gone off the city council with a graduation. It truly was a farewell party. And when Clary came on, they didn't talk to him for weeks. The city council members did not talk to him for weeks. And to this day, Gary, I'm proud to say people still come up to me and say, Sylvia, I wish you were on the city council.
Let's go back to the very beginning. We began this program talking about women in local city government and how there weren't very many then, there aren't very many today. Do you see that changing in the future?
I don't know. I hope so. I don't know. There are so many wonderfully highly educated women who really know what's going on. But you see, so many of them are now really involved in their professions that, or else they travel too much, or I don't know. I can't answer you, Gary. I wish I could. I would love to say yes.
Well, Sylvia Wagner, thank you very much for being a part of this program.
And thank you for inviting me. This is nice.